Hello, I'm Steve White, treasurer of the Diocese of Central New York and rector of three awesome little churches in Shenango County, and I'm here to present the budget for your approval. But first, I want to talk about the embodiment of joy. So about a year and a half ago, I suffered a loss of a wonderful companion, Lola the Pit Bull. Now, while she technically belonged to Father Brooks and Becca, I had known her and lived around her since she was a puppy, and I'm pretty sure she just assumed she had three humans in her life. Lola was, shall we say, complete id. The entire world existed for her delight, and she would barrel through nearly every day with so much energy that she commanded every waking moment if you were within smelling distance of her. I say nearly every day because during winter she would go into hibernation in her pajamas and devote as much time to sleeping during the cold as she did sniffing out new smells during the rest of the year. But even her sleeping was wrapped up in a stubborn streak. If she snuggled down on the couch behind you, you could rest assured that within half an hour she would stretch out her leg muscles and slowly but surely push you off onto the floor. And she would choose the beanbag for her snooze, maybe, and you could easily throw out your back, coaxing all 80 pounds of her dead weight up to go outside for a potty break. I've never known another of God's creatures that was as stubborn and self-centered and loving and joyous as that dog. Every single day was a joy to her, and no matter how frustrating she could be, knowing her was a joy too. And then unexpectedly, she died. I won't go into how I squalled that day and many days after. Even the other dog, Cotton, was grieved when we buried her and for months afterward. But even in my tears, I can remember sobbing, "You goof." Now, I'm not telling you this because we all love a pet story. Well, I am and I'm not. But this year, our theme is a joyful noise. And Lola, that girl, she was as good an example of a joyful noise as I can imagine. Because joy isn't happiness, though it is. Joy isn't giddiness, though it can be. Joy isn't exultation, though that's part of it too. Joy is that deep connection you find when you know that you're moving in the right direction with all its diversions, when you're working toward a goal with all its setbacks, and when you're entering into a loving relationship with all its challenges. It's what happens when you realize that the life you are living is actually lining up with your baptismal vows and that you're striving to honor the dignity of every human being. It's that feeling that comes from knowing that the best day of your life is bound to be the next day of your life. And that sure was Lola. Now, our diocese is fortunate. We have a joyful diocesan staff, and we have joyful people all over central New York taking those vows seriously. And our budget reflects all the opportunities that we have next year to spread that joy around our little spot in this big, wide world. So as treasurer, I present the budget to the convention, confident that these numbers accurately reflect the work that God has given us to do. Hard work, necessary work, and joyful work. Now, y'all have had several weeks to look at the budget and pray over it, and I'm not going to go over it line after line, but here are the highlights. First off, thanks to the hard work of the diocesan staff and the finance committee, we present another balanced budget. Second, our diocesan income streams are steady, reflecting amazing stewardship of our resources on the part of Bishop Dede, Controller Kathy Hobart, the Finance Committee, and most importantly, you. Third, our expenses illustrate a continued commitment to ministry at all levels. Nearly 3/4 of the budget is devoted to ministry at the diocesan, regional, and parish levels, and a little over 1/4 is devoted to non-ministry, but still crucial and canonically required activities. And that is amazing. And fourth, we continue to provide parishes, districts, coalitions, and other ministry groups with available opportunities to easily apply for significant grants to do much needed work on the ground. This year, we have $50,000 budgeted for the direct ministry grants in such areas as neighborhood connections, addressing racial justice, creation care, and raising up new leaders. Now, I encourage each parish to explore these possibilities. So just imagine the joyous work reflected in this budget and in your commitment to the diocese. Just imagine the world we can begin to create here, now, us. Look, doing this work, it won't always be easy. It can get frustrating, and folks we meet might just have different ideas as to how life should be. Lola certainly did. But entering into relationship with each other, and those around us, living into our vows we take as Christians, in the end, you can't find a better source of joy. So say your prayers, stand up straight and tall, put on your Sunday best work clothes, and let's get out there and make a joyful noise. And so with great joy, I now present the budget of the Diocese of Central New York for your approval.